Moving on to step 8, we're going to create another query this time, and using just the product table. And okay, if we take a quick read of this, create query that lists products that cost more than $200 and are sterile. And then it goes on to say display these fields, and so we want product ID, product name, price, units, temp control. Now, price is in there, and we need that for $200. We also need the sterile field, and even though it doesn't say, it says not to display it, but we still need it for criteria purposes. So a lot of times they get kind of, I don't know, a little bit tricky with their wording, and so they don't want to come right out and say add the sterile field and uncheck the show box, but that's pretty much what they're saying, because they want to make you think through the process is what it amounts to. So, but anyway, usually what I do, if there's any confusion in your mind when you're doing one of these queries, when you're entering your criteria, I think a good rule of thumb is to do what we just did, add any tables that you need, bring in the fields that you need, and then run the query. That enables you then to see the data that you're going to set your query criteria for. So the price field is obviously a number or a currency field. The sterile field is a yes/no data type, a checkbox, meaning that the box is either checked or it's not checked. There's no other possible criterion, so it's either yes or no. And so when we go back here to design view to enter our criteria, the price, I think it says, has to be greater than 200. Yeah, more than 200. So you do greater than, and then you do 200 without the dollar sign. If it was 2,000, it would be 2,000 without the comma. The point is, whenever you're entering criteria for a currency data type or any number data type, you put just the raw number there. You don't put commas, you don't put dollar signs, you don't put anything like that. If there's a decimal aspect to the number, then you certainly have to include that. So you do need to include decimals, but you don't leave, you leave all the window dressing, as I like to say at home. You don't put the dollar signs, you don't put the commas, any of that kind of stuff. Okay, so greater than 200, and then if I run the query now, what I usually tell people also is that if you're, again, when you're first learning, it's not a bad idea to enter one criterion, run the query. See if it worked the way you expected. Everything in this list should be more than $200. If there's anything that's less than 200, then obviously you've done something wrong. Okay, so that looks good. Then go back to design view and add in the second criterion. And on this case it says it has to be greater than 200 and it has to be sterile. Well, sterile checked with the box checked means that it is sterile. With the box unchecked, it would be not sterile. And so a checkbox criteria is either the word yes or the word no, and that's it. Now, don't be fooled by the now that shows up there. Just type no and then click off of it, or type yes and click off of it like that. Now, it just depends on what you're trying to do. Do you want to see the ones with the box checked or the ones without the box checked? So yes means box is checked, no means box not checked. If I run the query now, you can see that it's only showing records where the price is over 200,000 and sterile is checked. The reason that's happening is because I put both of these criterion on the same row right here. If I had done this and put yes down here like that and run the query, now it's an or situation, meaning that records that are unsterile will show if the price is over 200, and the same could happen the other way around. So you could get values that are less than 200 in price, but they are sterile, because as long as one or the other is met, then it shows. So whenever it says this and this must be done, that means that you're going to put criteria on the same row like that. And then it says, of course, going back to earlier in the video, it doesn't want the word or the sterile field to show, so you simply uncheck that box. Then you save the query, and we'll go ahead and save it as high price and sterile, and that's it. Click OK, close it.